jokes, yeah, you're insightful, but are you likable? You got jokes, you're the host, stand up. Are you likable?
Hi, everyone. Our guest this week is Corey McEnroe, who is the host and the founder of the Julian's show, Julian's Mic, which is bi-weekly every Friday. A lot of episodes, you kind of have to ask questions. This is when you're hosting a podcast. You have to ask questions and kind of keep the conversation going. Fortunately, Corey has an amazing story. We get to the comedy at the end, but I encourage you guys to listen to this episode and maybe pay attention to the story, because the message is fantastic. Everything is really beautiful in this story. I really hope you enjoy it. I have listened to this a couple times. It's very motivational for me. It's not necessarily like a comedy talk, but we get to the comedy talk. Corey's backstory is pretty interesting. So I really hope you enjoy this episode as much as I did. And please give Corey and Julian's a follow on Instagram. Check out these shows. And please just like the episode. Comments on, what you took from it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, man, I've always been comfortable performing and being on stage, but I grew up an athlete. My dad is a really good basketball coach. He's one of the most winning basketball coaches in the Hudson Valley area. He coached at Weebatuck, Millbrook Prep, and then he coached at Mount St. Mary College.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, so Tyler and I, my brother, when we grew up, man, we would be going to college basketball games and being the water boy on the bench and shit. So
Yeah.
I always grew up being an athlete, but I had this other side of me that was, perform and act and be funny, and I can rap. I've made a bunch of rap tunes with my friends. I've always liked acting. That's why I ended up in LA. I left the job that I just recently left again, because I came back in a giant circle and ended up back there. But I left Cardinal Hayes to go to acting school out in LA, and I was just 25 in LA, living alone and naive,
Mm-hmm.
and it was dangerous for me. Yeah, dude. I the school was mad weird. We only had 3 acting students, but then we had 7 or 8 film students, so it was more gauged towards the people behind the camera.
Mm-hmm.
And the acting students were me, who's raw and intuitive and had done it here and there, but wasn't super trained. And we had this dude Tony, who was pretty much Spanish as a first language and was using acting to help him get better at speaking English. So
okay, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah. But not in not ever thinking I'm gonna make this a career. It was almost play for him. And then we had this other girl whose dad was in the pharmaceutical department at Ohio State University, so she was brought up in that environment her whole life, and had been doing and had been doing theater since she was in first or second grade. So we had expert, intermediate, novice in the class, and it just was a really odd grouping and bunch, and we did not gel. And they ended up closing the program 6 months after it started. It was supposed to go a full year. And they just gave me my refund in cash. And I was 25 and had $2,200 in cash, and definitely had probably a whole month of January of 2014. So 12 years ago last January. Or 12 years ago in January. And I say 12 years because that's how the Chinese zodiacs move. There's 12 animals.
Okay.
So 12 years ago, we were leaving the year of the snake, going into the year of the horse, which is what we're doing now. That's how my mind thinks all the time, is how the spirituality and the stars play into everything. So 12 years ago in January, I was getting fucked up every weekend with my boys, and we went to Vegas on Super Bowl Sunday weekend to see Skrillex, and I bought us all suits.
Hell yeah.
I was if we're going to Vegas, I'm bringing suits. We're all wearing suits. We went and got them all tailor-made.
What kind of suits, though? Were they tuxedos?
Yeah. Fucking clean suits,
you had to go see Skrillex and tuxedos?
Yes, dude, this is the best part. It's the best part. So in Vegas, when you want to go to one of the major clubs, we were going to the Wynn, all they want to do is sell you bottle service, table service.
Mm-hmm.
But we did not do that. I wasn't paying that much bread, and I'd already paid so much bread to get us down there, hotel, everything. So we had just bought tickets, and we're waiting in this huge line that goes like a fucking bank line. You know what I mean? Like a huge zigzag line. And this dude just opens up this side glass door, and he goes, "Hey, did anybody just buy tickets?" And we're like, "Yeah, us." And he's like, "Come with me." So we go in this glass door that has these glass walls, and everybody sees us in suits get pulled out of line and just brought right to the front. But it was only because we didn't want to buy a table. So,
that's amazing.
So everybody was like, "Who are those guys?"
Yeah.
And then they just let us cut the line, and we were into the club. And they go, "Okay, go have fun. Like you're not getting a fucking table, so go fuck yourself."
Amazing.
But yeah. So I was in fucking LA doing acting and trying comedy, and like it's crazy because I'm a big Kill Tony fan, and Kill Tony was starting in West Hollywood when I was there.
Yeah, at the store.
I did not know it was happening. You know, like my time ended there. I ended up coming back here in 2014, coaching baseball. At Weewatuck in 2015, me and my dad and his two buddies, we were the Dutchess County Baseball Coaches Association Coach of the Year, like as a group. We had a team that went 15-3, and we had 7 all-county players, and 4 kids were all the runner-up for Player of the Year, which was just like...
that's really cool.
We went bananas. It was like the coolest thing. And then my brother and I wrote the book about the numerology and astrology. We went out of the country, did all that. Got into a big fight about it because we were 18 months apart, man. We would like share friends all the time. We'd always beef. And then I stopped doing that with him. He just started trapping.
What's trapping mean?
Selling drugs.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I always heard the term like thirst trap, but I was like, he's not selling his body.
Thirst trap is like when girls post scandalous shit on the internet. They're trying to get you.
Yeah. I knew that. I just I didn't know what trapping meant.
Trapping is like rolling around and you got 2 different phones and one of them's a burner phone, like trapping.
Okay, Kevin Gates.
Yes.
2 phones.
So, yeah, exactly. So then I was playing men's league baseball in Hudson Valley, bro, and I was mad nice again. And I was 27, and I knew how to play baseball better than I'd ever known how to play baseball. And there was guys who would play in the Hudson Valley League that were taking summer ball from college so they could pump like upper 80s, low 90s. And I would give these guys fits, dude. So from 27 to 28 to 29, I tried to play professional baseball again because obviously I was trying as a child. I went to college for baseball. And, bro, I tried out for the Phillies at 29 years old.
Hell yeah. What is the normal age people try out for that?
So you can't – I found out the hard way. You cannot play professional baseball if you're a position player and you're over the age of 25 unless you've already had professional experience or you're literally as big as the house.
Really?
Yes.
Why do they have the age cut off?
Because it's all about – they want your youth and, like, it's all about an investment. So, like, me being 29, even though I was in fine shape and I'm 37 now, I mean, obviously this happened, but, like, before this happened, I was a spring. You know, I'm still mad fast and springy. I just have half a hand. But I was ready to go. But they were like, bro, we can't invest our money in you.
Really?
Like look around the tryout. Everybody's 18, 19, 20, and 21, and they're giants. So it would have been different if I was built different, if I was 6'2", 210, and I just bloomed late. But I'm already small as it is. I'm like a really unique type of baseball player. And they would have had to have just been like, we think you're it. But I was 29. They were like, come on, bro. They were really nice about it. And like, shout out to the Phillies for being like super.
Shout out Phillies.
Yeah, super chill.
They're watching probably.
They will. They will.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we hooked that guy up. We had a great tryout. But yeah, man, then I did not know what to do with my life. And I tried to be a personal trainer because I was good with, coaching and athletics and stuff. I started working at Crunch Fitness on Route 9 since 2019. And
on Route 9 in Poughkeepsie?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, sick.
Yep.
In 2019?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I was, did we meet then?
No way.
Oh, because
Maybe.
I worked for IXL.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was really short stint there. They did not. They did not
'cause
like me.
IXL owned the Crunches.
Okay.
Yeah, same guy. Yeah.
Yes, they did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
used to go to Crunch all the time for a monthly meeting.
They hired me because I told them I had just tried out for the Phillies a couple months ago, and they were like, well, we had played this company softball game, and we really want you.
Oh, you dirty motherfuckers!
Yeah, they're like, we really want you. We'll win.
We definitely met that.
No,
Did you
because
play in that game?
I never played.
Ah, okay, cool.
Because
At Wilcox Park.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they did not fuck with me after 3 weeks, bro. They did not fuck with me. My energy, which you've gotten to know now in the 2 months of hanging out with me a little bit more, my energy is very intense for some people. And it's not like I'm so against the grain. I actually hate gyms because it's very dead energy. I would always find myself on the bike trying to create my own energy. I'm all about calisthenics and agility and just force momentum, big pops of energy. So I corrupted one of their personal trainers by being like, this place is a fucking joke. You can make more money on your own, and there's more to life. But also, he had just started getting background gigs with HBO because they were coming up to Wappingers to shoot I Know This Much Is True with Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, my dad donated trucks to that.
So they needed people who looked like Italian immigrants. And at the time I had a beard and I had long hair, and I sent the casting director a selfie, and they were like, you're in. So I don't know if you know this about the world of Hollywood and TV, but if you get a union voucher, if you get 3 union vouchers, you can legally enter the union. The actors union.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes. So they gave me 8 union vouchers in the summer of 2019.
Huh.
They were like, please come back. You're on our list. So one of my boys who has been trying to be an actor for mad long, he was like, he did not get a union voucher, and I did. And he was like, how the fuck did you get a union voucher? This is bullshit. I'm like, bro, it's me.
And you got 8.
It's me. They fuck with me. So I saw a Showtime, the show Billions was posting on Grant Wilfley casting Facebook page, hey, we want new people. So I submitted a selfie again to that.
Okay.
And via a selfie, I got booked as core background for Showtime Billions.
Cool.
I met this other girl at a background gig. Shout out Cece. We have the same birthday. She's killing on the TikTok world with just TikTok shorts. She murders. But Cece was like, you got core background with a selfie? It's not even a headshot? And I'm like, she's like, this is bullshit. So I did that, bro. And they would let me break the rules. And the way I say that is when you do background in the city, if they want you there at 8 o'clock, you got to be there at 8 o'clock. And if you're there at 8:08, you're probably not allowed to participate that day, and you lose the $320 over 8 hours, and they give you breakfast and lunch, and background is a dream sometimes. Have you ever done background?
No,
bro, it's a dream. It's mad fun. You make $450 to $500 a week on 3 days of work.
Oh, that's crazy.
Just chilling. You get breakfast and lunch. Sometimes they don't even want you on set till after lunch, but they want you in wardrobe by breakfast. So they put you in wardrobe. You eat breakfast, you chill in holding with all your boys. We would smoke. And then all the actors and primary people come, and they have lunch first, and then the non-union background has lunch last. I love hierarchy of power in Hollywood. Yes, it's obviously shit's getting really crazy, but I am very direct, so I enjoy hierarchy of power.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If you telling me that I'm non-union, so I'm the last person to eat lunch, it's fine with me.
Yeah.
You've made it very black and white.
Yeah.
There's no gray area. Fantastic.
Yeah, you like the clean structure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Dan Soder was on Billions.
Yep, I'm aware.
I love Dan.
Yeah.
Dan is one of my guys. So Dan had just put out Son of a Gary.
Okay.
And Son of a Gary,
love that special.
Yeah, he talks about his dead dad.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 3 really good friends that all lost a parent. And I had them watch Son of a Gary. And it lightened them up about it. You know what I mean? It's hard. It's never fun. Deaths suck. But to take a funny, positive twist on it is a wonderful thing, right? So one day we get lunch last, and the principal actors were already done with lunch. But I was going up to get a napkin, and I saw Dan, and he was talking to this production assistant, and he was like, "Yo, I need to get out of here by like 4:15 because I have to go to Manhattan. I have Bonfire podcast, and I cannot miss that." And he was like mad stressed out, right? But I have no chill and like no boundaries. It's great sometimes and terrible other times. And he's walking away from her, and I go, "Hey, Dan," and he stops. And you're not supposed to talk to them, David. That's the first thing you'll learn is you can't fucking talk to them. But I don't care. So I go, "Hey, Dan," and he stops. And Dan's 6'4".
Yeah, he's a big dude.
So he's bending down. You know, he's got that huge head. He's just this big presence. And I go, "Yo, I just watched Son of a Gary, and I have 3 friends who lost family members or parents, and I sent that to them, and it like changed them, and helped them, and lightened them up, and like what you're doing is good." And he just like took like a breath and was like, "Thank you." And then I told him like one of my favorite jokes and like kind of acted it out. And he smiled at me and he's like, "I got to go." And I was like, "I know, my bad." And he like shot towards the set, but right before he went through this door to go across this big empty lot to go into set, he like looked back at me and smiled like, "Thanks, man. I needed that."
That's great.
So then later, we were starting to have like COVID happen, right? And there was one time they wanted us there at like 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock, and I said I live upstate, I couldn't be there till 9, and they were like, "That's fine." And then I got there, and right when I got there, they're like, "McEnroe's here," and then they sent all the background in, and like, bro, they would like do that shit with me all the time. They like put me in the line of the camera. They like had one of the shots. You know the dude who is the fun chemist in Breaking Bad?
The fun chemist in Breaking Bad?
The one who Jesse shoots.
No.
He's like with Walter in the big lab, and he writes the poetry about Walter.
Dude, no, I don't. The lab is where they had the fly, right?
Yeah,
the fly episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's like a chemist.
Fun chemist.
There's a chemist. He's like nerdy and like short and has like curly gray hair.
Okay, but he's like a super fan of Walter. Yeah.
Yes. He is in Billions.
Okay.
And he's mad cool. I love that guy. He's a super nice guy. And he was like, there was like a crew guy that was like super aggressive towards one of the background people one time, and he like got that guy fired right away. He came up to him. He's like, "That's bullshit. You guys are awesome. You're lifeblood of this fucking place." Like, because bro, there's like 30 background people like in this office, and we're all like working for this finance company, you know. But he was like coming downstairs one time, and I was right in the shot, and they made sure I was right in the shot, and they put that as their Instagram promo for the upcoming episode. So like, bro, going into 2020, I'm buzzing. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get brought up as a principal actor. Like they're grooming me. You know what I mean? And then COVID happens.
Yeah, dude, that sucks.
Fucking kiboshed everything. And I was shoveling shit. I was working on a compost farm.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for listening to this week's episode. If you are listening with just audio, or if you are checking us out on YouTube, please, either way, we do have I have my own personal YouTube, which is at David Stickle Comedy. If you can check out there for like comedy clips and, actually this podcast, or if you want to just follow the podcast's Instagram, at Likable Pod on Instagram, at David Stickle Comedy on Instagram if you want to follow me as well. Every bit goes a long way. Thank you all for listening. I really appreciate it. Also, follow Radio Free Rhinecliff as well if you aren't already on Instagram. Thank you.
Happened, right?
2020 happens. I'm done background. I'm shoveling compost for my uncle's compost farm, McEnroe Organic. Literally, like, we shovel hot compost.
Yeah, you're shoveling shit.
Like, I went from eating lobster at lunch for free to shoveling shit. Like, the polarities was crazy.
So, Hollywood, dude.
It's wild. So then my wife, girlfriend at the time, she was like, I want to go west. And when I first went west to California in 2013, she was supposed to come out with me. But then I got super fucked up and was like, I need to come home. But she went anyway. She's like, I want to move out west. So she moved out west. We took 3 years apart, dated other people, and they came back into each other's lives right when I was trying out for the Phillies.
Mm-hmm.
So she had been with me the whole time now, and she's like, I want to go west. And I'm like, my mom lives in Tucson, and like Arizona's big on baseball. I'm really itching to coach baseball again. So I called my mom up. My mom's like, you should email this big baseball facility. They have 10 baseball fields there called Keno Baseball Facility. So I emailed the guy. Turns out the guy is from Beacon.
Oh, sick.
Okay?
Yeah.
And right before I email him with who I am in my resume, this club program, emailed them and said, hey, any coaches that hit you up, we're trying to expand. Let us know. And the guy goes, this dude from New York just did. So, bro, I emailed them, and 3 hours later, Tucson was like, we have a job for you right now.
Dude,
and
that's
I'm
crazy.
like, I'm in the back of an 18-wheeler loading compost pallets. Like, I have a job, a coaching job at Tucson? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It was insane. I'm like, I guess I'm moving to Tucson. Like, this just happens, right? So my wife gets a babysitting job because that's what she did out in California. She got that like over this like nanny website along the way. We both had jobs going out there. Fucking packed our 2 cats in the fucking car and drove all the way across the country 3 nights. And got to my mom's and stayed at my mom's. And baseball would just go up and down, man, because my wife came back with this saying from the West Coast. West Coast people are kind but not nice. And East Coast people are, West Coast people are nice but not kind. And East Coast people are kind but not nice.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
And some of the West Coasters did not appreciate my very blunt style.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I'm just too Italian for people sometimes.
Yeah.
Just too like, yo.
Uh-huh.
And my coaching went up and down where like some parents would rally behind me and then some parents would try to get me off of a situation, and like I just could never get my footing for the right group. Now I had private lessons, so that really helped me along, but bro, at one point I was working at Starbucks, and I hate coffee. I don't even drink coffee. And I was working at Starbucks, and I'm like also doing private lessons, obviously, which was helping me get some money. But I'm like, I moved all the way across the country to like work at Starbucks. Like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah.
So I started playing men's league again, which I said I wasn't gonna do. And one day at a men's league game, this one guy on my team used to really aggravate me because he used to try to tell me what to do. And like, bro, you don't even tell me how to play baseball. I know what the fuck I'm doing. So he would really get under my skin. And in the first inning of a game that doesn't matter, I came in from center field and tried to scoop something up and gun a guy out at third, but I missed it. Ball went under my glove. Guy scored, and the guy from second went to third. You know, it doesn't matter. It's the first inning of a game. It doesn't matter. But he turned around and he's like, yo, keep your glove down. And I was like, I'm seeing red now. I'm going to kill you. Shut the fuck up. Don't tell me how to play baseball. So I'm like, I really hope a ball gets hit into the gap so I can run it down, make a play, tell this guy shut the fuck up. Ball gets hit into the gap. I break on it. I run. I put my head down, so I'm just like not even tracking the ball. I'm just come up, pick the ball up, right? Don't realize how close I am to this fence on this field that I've never played on that has a very short fence. Catch the ball, turn, because I think I have mad room, and right as I turn, I just go right into this fence, bro. Just unstoppable force, immovable object.
Okay. Shit.
So that presses an extra rib from my neck, apparently, an extra little vertebrae, which some doctors said I was born with it. Some doctors said because of a previous injury, cartilage formed, and it was cartilage, but it pressed on my subclavian artery.
Okay.
Just soft enough that over 6 months of time, my thumb died on my hand.
Huh.
So I did not get knocked out. I caught the ball, but it hit the fence so hard it popped out of my glove.
Yeah.
I did not get knocked out. I finished the inning. I took another at bat. I drove home, and I went to Starbucks the next fucking day. The only thing you saw was like a waffle print on my face from the fence. But like I was fine for a while. And I quit Starbucks right after July 4th. I just dipped. They were like, by July 8th, we need you to memorize 120 drinks or you're fired. And I said, I'll do you one better. I'm out of here. So then I was going to go move down to Florida with my boys. to try something new again. And I like was dribbling my soccer ball at this park near where my mom lived, and I literally like prayed to God. I'm like, yo, God, if I'm supposed to stay here, like give me a message. And I went back to my house and I got these emails from these dispensaries that I had applied to 4 months prior. And all of a sudden 2 dispensaries were like, yo, we want you. So I did the first one, which was the back of the house right away, which was trimming the bud. But I thought from trimming the bud, I was getting carpal tunnel. But it was really, I was losing circulation to my thumb.
Yeah.
So I hit up the second dispensary and was like, yo, I'll work for you guys. And they gave me front of the house. It was dope. You like held an iPad and you took people's orders. I got to talk about weed all day. I got to help people get high all day, which was mad fun. And then I would, at the same time, one of my students changed programs to another club program, and they needed coaches. And that father who really fucked with me recommended me. So like, bro, in the instant, I had a good job that I liked that was giving me free weed. It was nuts. And I had a club program that I was the head coach of all of a sudden. And then I was still had private lessons. And I did that for like 4 months. And then I got to the end of 2022 and my thumb just turned black on my hand. And then to start 2023, I had 6 surgeries in 4 months. And this has all been a very long story to tell you how I got to comedy. So I'm going, trust me,
I got you. I'm trusting you, baby.
Yeah. So bro, yeah, like thumb gets cut off. To close the wound in my hand, we had to cut the index finger off and fold the skin down.
Interesting.
Some crazy stories about doctors that I put in my act where like the doctor who cut my thumb off, he really wanted to put my big toe on my thumb or on my hand. Mm-hmm. He kept asking me to do. I'm like, yo, no way. Like my feet are my thing. Like I'm not letting you fuck with my feet. And right before I went under on the operating table for him to take my thumb, he goes, you know, I've never operated on a thumb before.
Huh.
And I'm thinking like, bro, you've never amputated a thumb once and you want to double down and take my fucking toe and put it on my hand? What the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
Yeah, that's wild.
So, bro, every time I'm in the shower and I look at my feet, I go, yo, if this dude took my toe, I would be murdering him right now. Like,
yeah.
He saved his own life.
Yeah, you'd be in the prison showers.
Yo, for real. So then this dude who cut my index finger off and folded it down, he like left a stitch kind of open. So I started bleeding out the next day and like called him. I'm like, yo, I'm like bleeding a lot. Like, what's going on? They're like, you're fine. Don't worry about it. And then that night I go to sleep, right? And I go to sleep on my mom's couch in the living room, bro. And I wake up in the middle of the night and the whole side of the couch is just like soaked in blood. It's like a murder scene. Yeah. I'm bleeding out, right? So I called the 24-hour hotline, which they tell you, like, call the hotline if you're having a problem, you know? So I call the hotline. It finally gets me to an operator. I tell him what's going on. He's like, all right, I'm going to page your doctor. He's going to call you back. And this is at 2:15 in the morning. He's going to call you back in the next 30 minutes. So I wait up and wait up and wait up and wait up. This guy doesn't call me till like 5:30 in the morning. And right when he calls me, I go, hey, Dr. Massey, I think I'm bleeding out. And he goes, Corey, never call me again.
Huh.
Don't ever call me in the middle of the night. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I guess. Like, what? He's like, just go to my office and get patched up in the morning. You're fine. You're not bleeding out. So he's like, you're on blood thinners. That's what's happening. I'm like, okay, well, I'm sorry. I don't get my hand cut off. Everybody, fuck up.
Yeah.
So I go to his office, and right when I get to his office, I have my whole hand wrapped in a fucking shirt. The nurse goes, oh, we can't do this. You got to go to the ER. So I was right.
Yeah.
And then Dr. Massey, after I go to the ER and they patch me up, they use this crazy glue shit. This beautiful nurse came in and they just did this shit on my hand over here. And I just talked to this nurse facing this way. Her name is Hallie. She's awesome. Came in
That's crazy. You remember that?
Yeah. Came in and, like,
You're just
totally
like, that's all that mattered, actually.
Yeah, she was sweet.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then Dr. Massey came in and, like, wrapped a bunch of, like, shit around it for no reason, just for me to like, bro, I should have sunned him out, but I was the bigger man, and I just was like, thank you, appreciate it. Like, you got my hand all set to go. So I had to wait in Tucson for like another 6 weeks, and in that time, one of my students' fathers knew another student who I was supposed to have but never got connected, but his dad was a super lawyer. He got me hooked up with the best law firm in Tucson. I told them my story. They're like, we're going to fucking beat these guys. Because I cut, there was 3 times before we had to get it cut off, that I saw a doctor and they were like, "You're fine." But it's so long, I didn't want to get it.
I was curious about that.
Yeah, so I saw 3 doctors and they all misdiagnosed me. And like those are longer stories. Will fill way too much time. Doesn't matter. All you need to know is 3 doctors misdiagnosed me. The first one was Dr. Gorman. Fuck you, Dr. Gorman. So I thought we were gonna get a lawsuit, bro. I'm like, and I left that super lawyer's office. That was 3 generations of Tucson lawyers, and Tucson's a really young city, bro. They like weren't popping it like 1909.
Okay.
They were not. I'm telling you, they were fucking straight dirt roads for mad long. They were uncivilized or unfound down there. It's like you're right by the border. It's a wild little place. So to have 3 generations of grandfather, father, son of lawyers, you know, they were like, we're gonna get these guys, right? So I fly home. Because I just was done with Tucson. I needed to come home, reset my life, be around my family. I mean, my mom's out there, but she's also in Maryland too, with her boyfriend. So flew home, put 3 cats on a plane because we adopted this dude. This was my mom's cat, and he lost his leg 2 weeks after I ran into the fence that took my thumb. So he was like a precursor to what was about to happen. We're like brothers in arms for this shit. He's my boy, Chief Man. So put 3 cats on a plane, 2 planes, 1 to Dallas, 1 to LaGuardia. They were like, please kill me now. Like when I took them and put them on another van to drive from LaGuardia to Millbrook, they were like, just kill us. What is this? So yeah, and then I really wanted to be a public speaker, David. I love coaching sports, and I have such a message for kids because I wanted to be a professional athlete, and I wanted to be a professional athlete so badly, especially 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, like that time where you're 12 and 13 and 14 and you're still a kid, but you're starting to change, and like that's a time where like you got to start doing 50 push-ups a day. Like you got to push it if you want to be an athlete, and nobody was ever grabbing me by the shoulders and going, this is what you need to do. Like you talk this huge game that you love baseball and that you're nice, but like you can't be playing video games. And like if you want to watch King of Queens and Seinfeld all night, that's fine, but do push-ups during the commercials. Like, yo, you gotta go for this shit. Like that was my whole message. And like I would tell the nurses about it, about what I'm gonna do when I get out of this, because I was in the hospital for a while. And the nurses were like, yo, my son needs to hear from you. Like my nephew, like everybody they loved it. Like people loved what I wanted to do for public speaking. And I thought I was a fucking shoe, and I'm like, I have this that's like proof. It's obviously like, I'm not saying if you don't try hard, you're gonna lose half your hands. But like it's like proof that like
almost like a metaphor though,
bro, so much, man. Like I bloomed late and I missed my chance, and then I pushed it so hard that I kind of self-destructed because I was so bitter about not catching this at a younger age. And you ever read the book Catcher in the Rye?
No.
Oh, really? They never had you read that?
No. If they did, I blocked it out.
Catcher in the Rye is about Holden Caulfield. It's a really stupid book, but basically what he's trying to say is he wants to be the catcher in the rye and catch all the kids that are falling into like maturity and like stop them from having to mature and like grow up and all this stuff. That's like what his whole thing is.
It's like trying to be Peter Pan?
Kind of.
Okay.
I want to be catcher in the rye for all the kids that think they want to be professional athletes that don't realize what it actually takes. I want to try to help them and go, yo, if you really want to be a dude, this is what you got to do. Take it from me who didn't do it, but then wanted it way late. And I hit my mid-20s and I go, fuck, I love baseball. Fuck, damn it. Okay, I got to try to fix this mad quick. And I learned how to hit 93-mile-an-hour sliders overnight, because I was ready at that time. And unfortunately for any professional athlete, you have to be ready at like 16.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You got to be ready to go. You got to put a lot of distractions aside. So came home and was trying to do that. I got a GoFundMe for $11K, and I gave $5,000 away to this company called the Speaker Lab because I thought they were going to help me get my speaking career off the ground, and all they did was send me a fucking online video course, and they said it was money back guarantee, but it was bullshit, bro. They fucking yanked $5,000 from me and never looked back, and I got nothing from that shit. So then I tried to speak at the Millbrook Prep School, and this is also part of my act. And I could only speak in front of the public speaking class. They like wouldn't approve me to be a speaker. And like, bro, I went to the prep school. My dad coached there. My mom worked there. I grew up there. These are like some of my former teachers and like people who watched me grow up, and they see this and I tell them my story and they're in tears, but they still won't because it's a prep school and they have their little clique. They still won't hire me, right? So I didn't get passed because I used the word crazy in my speech.
Really?
Yes, you'll love this. I was going, this crazy thing happened to me. And I guess I used crazy 4 more times. And the fucking drama teacher, the public speaking teacher, she goes, yeah, you know, you use the word crazy 5 times and that's offensive. And I go, to who?
Yeah, what are you supposed to say?
She goes, all the people that, you know, take, medicine for bipolar or like mood disorders. You know,
What year is this?
This is 2024.
Holy shit.
This is 2023. This is 2023.
Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess everybody was getting kind of censored at that point, right? I mean, it was like, you know.
Bro, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah,
it was crazy. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So
I say that's crazy all the time. Like,
right?
I just like, that's crazy. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's my response to most things.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah,
Wild,
that was crazy.
Yes,
Yeah.
right? So that was another dead end, right? And then the stupid algorithm on my computer heard me talking about being a public speaker, and it sent me this ad. It was like the Great American Speak Off, and it had like the same font as American Idol. It was supposed to be like American Idol for public speakers. It was season 2. They had already done season 1, so it seemed like this was a proof of concept of something happening, right? So, bro, I sign up, I pay for an audition. You have to do a big video audition that takes like, it shouldn't have taken as long as it did, but the one guy who runs it, he just keeps repeating himself and saying the same like advertisement to get you to pay for more of their shit.
Okay.
Dude, my wife was like, turn that guy off, man. He knows that if he says the same thing 30 times in a row, people are just going to buy it. It's like, you know, they teach that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's how radio ads work.
Yes. So he wasted like my whole day. And I switched my gas station. I was working at the Millbrook gas station in town pumping gas, right? So I switched my shift from morning to afternoon so I could do the audition. And I passed. I won the golden ticket, right? And my brother comes down to the gas station. He's like, yo, can I borrow your car for the night? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yo, I won the golden ticket. I'm going down to where Shawnee and TJ live in Hollywood, Florida to like compete for this Great American Speak Off. My brother goes, are they paying for your trip down there? And I go, no. And he goes, shit's bullshit.
Huh.
But he goes, nah, it's cool, man. It's cool. It's good. And he walked out the door and he smiled at me. He said, the competition is a good thing. All right. And then that night he died in a car accident.
Oh my God, dude. That's wild.
Yes. So literally 8 months after I got my index finger cut off, my brother passed away in a car accident. And my brother had driven drunk over 200 times in his life, and he was sober and died in a car accident.
Yeah,
it just was wild. Like his time to go. Shit was wild, right? So I'm thinking, and that same weekend, I got my wife pregnant, and we knew it. So we knew that we were about to have a child. My brother just leaves, right? And I'm like, yo, I'm destined to go be a public speaker and like win this competition. I'm gonna go win this competition, and like this guy's headquarters are right down in South Florida. My 2 best friends who I make music with are right in North Hollywood, which is the city above Miami. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I go down there, and they did not care at all about my story. They only cared how big my LLC was and how much money I'd already generated. And the guy who was mad annoying on like the audition, he was one of the judges for the rooms. You go to 5 different rooms and tell your story or whatever. And he was like, when you guys come to my room, I want you to tell me how many stages you're going to do and how much revenue you're going to pull in this year. And the rule of thumb was like, 1 stage a month. So 12 stages a year. But I had enough energy and I love to talk. I said I could do a stage every weekend. If these guys are the people who put it on, I'm your guy. Like, I got the story, I got the energy, I got this. You got stages, I got energy. So I walk in his audition room and I go, I'm going to do 48 stages and generate $1 million. Because apparently the prize to the contest was $1 million. I was basically like, I'm your guy.
Yeah.
Okay? And he was like, who's your coach? You gotta have a coach. You gotta have someone training you. I'm like, what are you talking? I know my story. I know how to tell my story. He wanted me to pay for their coaching, right? And then they everybody, like all the contestants, got a honorary coach for the weekend, but that coach was just trying to sell you on paying for their coaching. Okay, so I wasn't buying that. I had already given the speaker lab $5,000. I'm out of money. I don't have time. Hey, Chief man.
Not a big deal.
So, bro, they ended the first day with everybody in the auditorium, and they're like, "Yo, who's out here making money as a speaker already?" And people are like, "Woo!" And they're like, "How about all these whack-ass people in here who think they're just going to make it on a good story?" Like, literally...
It's like talking shit right to your face.
Right at me, bro. I was like, a simple no would have been fine. Why you got to punch down?
Yeah.
I'm already missing half my hand, bro. Fuck you, dude.
That's wild.
So... Man, I had to spend like 4 more days down in Florida, and I thought it was going to be a celebratory 4 days, and I was salty, bro. On and off. One day I was fine. Next day I was pissed. Came back to the gas station like, what the fuck am I doing? I have no one supporting this. So March was a cold, tough month in 2024, and then... the earthquake happened in the first weekend of April in 2024.
Okay, right.
Earthquake in New York City. And I go down to do some open mics, and bro, I kill. I do like, I was jacking off too much. They say you touch yourself too much, you go blind. They never said this would happen. People are just, the whole room just fell in love with me. Dudes are like, yo, you're gonna get a sitcom. You got this. You're like, this. It's awesome. So, the next weekend, I try to go down, and I go to the wrong place. I go to the wrong Grizzly Pear, and then it was hard for me to find St. Mark's because it's like inside a building. You need to buzz them. Bro, the second weekend was the complete opposite of the first weekend. The first weekend was like super green. The second weekend was like super red. And then, I went down there on the weekend of 420, and I got there too late, and I missed sign up. And I'm like trying to come from upstate.
For which spot?
Black Cat? No, it's right next to Joe DeRosa's sandwich
Comedians
shop.
on the Loose.
Yes, Comedians on the Loose.
Black Cat LES.
Yes, Black Cat LES. Yeah. And I killed there the first time, so that was where I was comfortable, and I bro, at 420, I remember I was so bummed, and I had like this fire rosin pen on me. My boy Grows, he sent it to me, and I was like so bummed. And these group of homies walked past me, and they're like, "Yo, it's 420, man. You shouldn't be down. You want to smoke?" I'm like, "Man, I got some. I'm just fucking pissed right now. I missed my sign up by 6 minutes. There's all these guys in the city they can do 5 mics a day. I'm trying to do 2 mics a weekend." So I had to just look myself in the mirror and go, yo, your wife is pregnant. Like, what are you doing? So just kiboshed it and didn't do anything. I left the gas station. I started driving this Millbrook car service for this guy who is this terrible functioning alcoholic, and he would like be drunk and take drives orders for me for the next day and like fuck up the timing. So one time I had to drive down to New York to pick this woman up in the middle of Manhattan at 8 a.m., but she didn't want to be picked up till 11 a.m. So he thought 8 a.m. because that's the time I should have left Millbrook. But he said his drunk mind was like, you need to be there at 8 a.m. So I left Millbrook at fucking 6:45 in the morning. I called this woman. It's like, I'm like, hey, I'll be 15 minutes late. It's like, I'll be there around 8:15. She's like, I don't want you here at 8:15. What are you talking about? So like, bro, it was a disaster. And then my son is born, and my car boss is on a 2-week vacation in Greece. So I like, when the cat's away, the mice will play. And I had been itching to do comedy. I had written more jokes about my hand. I wrote a joke one time about my hand, about saying that if I get too handsy and I lose the use of these 2 fingers, then I become the worst Wolverine ever.
Yeah.
And bro, when I wrote that, I laughed out loud. I wrote it in my head, I laughed out loud. My wife goes, "What's so funny?" I go, "I think I got a really good joke." You know, and I love that about comedy. I love that, like, taking something that's real and making it funny. I'm not like a big comic who likes to stretch, because that's part of the art form, stretching it. But like for me, I just want to try to make light of what is actually happening to me, and that's why, you know, how things go for my comedy. But anyway, so I go down while he's in Greece, and I do the Midtown Grizzly Pear because it's the easiest one for me to get to, and I know how to do it. It became very routine for me. And like, bro, I went down and I had a 5-minute set planned. I had it planned, and I realized from the stuff that happened in April that the people laughed the most when I just did shit about my hand because it was so interesting. So I had 5 minutes on my hand. And I went out and I did 5 minutes and it crushed. And people were like, yo, you fucking got it. And you got the hand, like you got 5 minutes. So I was like, this is awesome. I have a type 5. And I put it on the internet. And my homie Dale, who is a local Hudson Valley wrestler, Hale Collins. Collins. Him and his boy go as the Now, I believe. But I was working at Planet Fitness a long time ago with Dale. He's my boy. And Dale saw my set and knows what has gone on with me. And Cal, who runs Laugh It Up, Dale owed Cal some favors for Dale teaching Cal how to do wrestling moves because Cal was thinking about transferring into that world.
I'm gonna rock you, buddy, baby, baby. Oh, hey, did not, that's embarrassing. You guys caught me singing before my goddamn show dates and the interruptible. This is very exciting. We are on this is going to come out, and the Joke Bomb is going to be this Friday, which is super exciting. Please buy tickets to that. We're trying a new format, and hopefully it's a big success. I'm running ads, and I really hope they're worth it. If I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't want to lose money on ads. That would suck. And then next up, we've got 221. That's going to be the Croak Show in Rhinebeck. Headliner Dan Madonia. Very excited to have Dan there. He's a silly goose on 228. There's a show that I'm just going to move on from. Can't talk to you about it. On 313, Krog Rhinebeck. We're back again, and the host, or the headliner will be Lana Siebel, who Dry Bar Comedy, very funny person. I've seen this person a couple times. Fantastic comedian. On 314, back at the Joke Bomb. I don't recall off the top of my head who's on that lineup, but I know it's probably pretty good. I think Kevin's back, which is going to be awesome. So excited to have Daddy Kevin back. On 321, Union Street in Hudson. Excited for that show. We're piecing together a lineup for that one. It should be done by the time this airs, actually. Very exciting. And then on 425, very excited to tell you guys about this. Putting together a show with Don't Tell. It is going to be a new thing that they're trying to do. It's the All-Star Show, which is sounds really neat. Everybody that's on the lineup has been on Hulu before, at least from what I gather. Gathering. I'm not a hunter. I'm a gatherer. That's what they say about me. They're like, Dave is big gatherer guy. He gathers a lot. I'm gathering weight around my waistline as we speak. I haven't had lunch yet today. That's on my mind. All right, cool. So please back to the episode. Enjoy. Also, follow people on Instagram. That'd be super kind. Follow people on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. Follow my YouTube. Follow Radio Free Rhinecliff on YouTube. Be a homie.
And was like, yep, yo, you're putting Corey on. Like, no questions asked. And I don't know how much Dale liked, or Cal liked that.
Okay.
And I'm a very chipper person, and sometimes people hate that.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I get that a bit too, yeah.
Yeah. So I emailed Cal. I was like, thank you so much. I'm really excited. And I went to see Big J, and I went to see Dave Smith.
Okay.
Just to show support to the club, introduce myself in person, just try to make a good impression. And it felt like everything I did, it made him dislike me even more.
You think so?
Yes.
Huh.
So then my night of my show, Judy Gold, I was the first to go for Judy Gold. Kaylee was my host, and then there was this guy in between us that I don't.
Who was your host? Kaylee.
Kaylee. Our Kaylee.
Oh, Stratford.
Yes.
Oh,
Was
really?
the host.
Oh,
And
that's
how
cool.
I met Kaylee.
Oh,
how I
that's
met Kaylee.
funny.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
I love Kaylee.
Very cool.
Kaylee was great, and like the guy who was the middle, who was before Judy, he was a really standoff energy. It was like not friendly in the green room, and it was my first show, and like I'm just trying to shake the jitters, and I'm talkative, and he was like anti-talkative. You know what
Gotcha.
I mean? So he was like super cool. He does Netflix or whatever. I'm like, all right, dude, like you're in fucking Poughkeepsie right now. We're opening for Judy Gold. Like
Yeah.
I got enough people to buy tickets pre-hand that Cal paid me.
Yeah.
And like I had like 25 to 30 people in that room. And Judy Gold did not pack it out.
Yeah.
Dave Smith and Jay Okerson packed it out.
Yeah, well, it's that kind of space. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, bro, fucking Kaylee, I love her to death. She's the best. She messed up my name introducing me. And she called me Corey McIntosh.
Okay, Macintosh.
So I'm walking up and I'm thinking, should I fuck with what I have planned and I have my 6.5, 6:45 tight because I don't want to go over 7. I want to be respectful, or do I change what I'm doing and fuck with Kaylee?
Huh.
And I didn't. But what I wanted to say is, hey, Kaylee's non-binary, and I don't know which one of it was. I don't know which of them it was, but they messed up my name.
Yeah.
But I was like in the middle of thinking of that while I was already planning on doing what I had planned, And like, bro, it's crazy. Like, I should have not have been so robotic, and I probably should have been more loose and relaxed. But I went up there and I was nervous, and I wanted to be good. And
Your first time though.
Yeah, first professional show.
Yeah, but still, I mean, that's
And
I was like that too.
Yeah,
I think everybody is.
So I did decent. I like rushed my first joke, so like it took me a while to get through the turbulence, but I did decent and it went okay. But just like Cal never hit me back, and like I wasn't surprised. I was like, I don't know. It didn't seem like it was going to have good footing for me, especially with my son just being born. And I had decided to go back to the terrible toxic job that I just left because it was consistent money and it was stability, and I needed to kind of show my mother-in-law, who we weren't even living here at the time, like, bro, she's had this whole upper space for years, and it took us having a child and then him being with her for 3 months, and then Christmas break happened and my wife was off for 2 weeks straight because she's a bus driver, and the first day that she went back to work and he had to get watched by her in the morning, she was like, you guys should move in. Because,
nice.
oh yeah, you miss him now. You want us to be right here.
Yeah.
So bro, I finished. I cut comedy off. I told myself I got to back away from it, not try it. I can't go homeless, can't go broke. I tried to do something from home, and that's where I tried to pump the numerology and like go back 10 years in time and try to do something that my brother and I were trying to do mad long ago. And we were trying to do it on foot, not through the fucking camera.
Yeah.
And TikTok already has a bunch of numerologists, and like, bro, the social media was just like not you. And I just kind of remember asking God like earlier in 2025, like around February, March, just going like, yo, I surrender. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but like whatever you got for me, I'll just wait until you have it appear. And my boy, the one in Florida who I was going to move down with, he found this like wild thing that I was telling you about a couple weeks ago called day trading. And that's like been my main focus for, trying to make money. And in the same note of me mentally kind of making this transition to take that role as a day job, Kay from Julian's post on the Millbrook community website, hey, we really want to run comedy nights. Can anybody do it? And I just respond and I go, I'm your guy. Like, I grew up in this town, and like I can do this. I have mad time, mad material. I got you. I said I can do an hour if you need. Just kind of kidding. And not even 2 days after that, I was walking from work to the bus garage because I don't have a car and I have to go walk everywhere to meet my fucking wife. And I walked right in front of Kay, pulling out of somewhere. And she puts her window down. She goes, "Are you Corey? Are you the one who messaged me?" And she goes, "I'm Julian's older. I'm Kay." And I go, "Oh, yeah. Hey, what's up?" She goes, "Can you do it?" And I'm like, "Yeah. Like, I can do it." Like, and I was like, "I can do an hour if you want." Like, just kidding. Like, I got you, you know? And I went and I walked down my little trail and I smoked my blunt. And I didn't think anything of it, bro. And she messaged me and she's like, "We're trying to do this ASAP." ASAP. Yeah. And I got blessed, man. Like you are the, like trustee behind Julian's comedy happening. And like, just because of your network, bro. It's your network was so useful because your network has allowed me to book the show every time. And like, bro, the first night we did it, it was me, no card Mike, first time ever doing comedy, and then Gab, Gabe, and Kaylee. And I just said, do as long as you guys want. These guys want a 2-hour show, and they did as long as they could. And then, bro, I ended up doing 45 minutes after starting.
Damn.
After starting off with 10.
Yeah.
Like I did almost a full hour of comedy first time back from mad long, And I just was like, guys, I'm just gonna run through all this material that I have, and like so much of the stuff that I did in the second half, that 45 clip, was all stuff that had never been run in front of anybody, and it had only been run in my head.
Okay.
And it was just like, it was hitting. And like, I love comedy. I know that I'm interesting and I'm comfortable public speaking. And I think comedy's mad fun. Like when I was a mad little kid in like second grade, I would make everybody laugh at the lunch table and they're like, "You should be a comedian." But the lifestyle of comedy is so difficult and intense. And like, that's why I want what Julian's is, and like I'm so happy that we've been able to make Julian's for what it is because of you guys, and like everybody that you've had on this podcast and like will continue to have on this podcast is working way harder at trying to do comedy than I am at all. And that's why I love just hosting Julian shit, because I just get to start off and ramble. Like, bro, you weren't there last week. I have a bit on the Magic School Bus now.
Okay.
Because Scott, we have Scott, my son, watch the Magic School Bus, and like, you think that the most unrealistic thing about the Magic School Bus is that they go to outer space or like inside someone's stomach, but the real thing is that they have 8 kids in a major metropolitan public school class, like that.
Oh, because it's only 8.
Yeah, there's fucking 30 kids in those classes.
Yeah.
And then the fact that Miss Frizzle would get approved for a field trip every day, like where's the superintendent?
No permission slips.
Yeah. Come on, there's a superintendent. So
negligent school, dude.
Yes, I love the fact that I can just use Julian's as this place to run whatever the fuck I want, because it's the show is for you guys. You know what I mean? The show is for bringing. I called her Ada, and she was so mad at me, and I'll never forget it now. It's Ada.
I don't think she was that mad.
Oh, second time around.
Oh, really?
She's like, "This guy doesn't know my name." Whatever. I think I grinded her gears.
She's a ball buster by nature, though. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a feisty.
You saw how she rumbled with the crowd.
Yeah, and I love Nick, man. He was funny, dude. He was really funny. They're a great little pair. I hope they come up again. But yeah, man, I think that everybody's been so good. I think Bex is unbelievable. She's an incredible force of comic nature.
Yeah, Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, she's that young into it?
She so she got the nickname Rookie of the Year because my first comedy year, I was doing all this shit, right? I was like, wow, this is crazy. Like, I shouldn't be doing all this stuff. And, Michael was like, oh, yeah, you're Rookie of the Year. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's funny, whatever. And then I meet Elizabeth, who's like Michael's best friend. And then I find out, doing this podcast, that she had been doing this like 3 months less than I have. And she was already a feature act. And I was like, God damn it. Like, she's the real Rookie of the Year.
Yeah,
So.
Some people have it, man. Some people can't.
She's a beast.
Yeah, they can't turn it off. And they have these great stories. And, like, that's what makes comedy for me, is just, like, being able to take your stories and, like, Like, bro, I can't get certain jobs because I have a petty larceny charge that won't get off my record. And it makes me be like, yo, you really think I'm going to commit a crime? Like, I'm the most easily recognizable dude in the room.
Yeah.
Who else do you know has this amputation?
Mm-hmm.
And if you know someone with this exact amputation, please let me know so I can frame them for a murder.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Like, I love comedy. Julian's wants to buy Copperfields next to Troop K.
Right.
And bro, we want to gut it, and there's this like upstairs office that we want to open up and make like the VIP green room for the comics, and actually like make it a comic steakhouse club.
That's a cool idea.
And like really sell tickets, you know, have the seating be specifically for comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, once we get that and things start changing for me financially, I'm hitting up my favorite comics and saying, how much do you need to come up here?
Hell yeah, dude.
You know what
That's
I mean?
a great idea.
Because
yeah.
like then it's like, bro, I have like Soder come up, Jeff Dye come up, like I love James McCann. If you're a Kill
Yeah,
Tony
yeah, I
fan,
know James McCann.
I love
Yeah,
James
yeah.
McCann. I'll pay whatever he needs to come to Poughkeepsie, bro. And
I don't think
hang
it's
out
that
for
much.
I know that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like we came from this world of dubstep and EDM where like it blew up in such a way where like to try to book any of those acts was really hard. My brother and I used to have connects with the Loft and the Chance. We used to know the guy who owned it. We did a bunch of reno for him back when I had functioning hands. And he always let us throw parties there. And we would always try to book some of the acts that we fuck with, and they would be so expensive. But comics like really aren't that expensive.
No, they're not bad, especially where we are, because it's like you could take a train up, yeah, or you take the. I mean, right here you could take the Taconic, right? You're not that far, yeah.
And that's what's great about Copperfields is it's right off the Taconic. There's a bunch of gas stations they can gas up. We'll feed them. It's gonna like we're gonna have the draw. So that's like my whole goal, and like me and Kay manifested a lot. And Kay's went to see the building, and like the guy who's trying to sell the building has nobody who's ever been interested. So the fact that Kay and JP are, it does seem like it can manifest. And like, bro, I'm just trying to get it so we have a major headliner, and like I am putting all of my people on. I'm gonna no more no card mic probably for the professional shows. I'll do the opening and quick little 5, get everybody loose, and then just get like you and Bags and Ada and Nick and Gabe and Gab and like all these really good comics like to open for someone who's a fucking dude.
Yeah, hell
I
yeah.
mean, right in the Hudson Valley, and like, man, because of the way me and my brother grew up under my dad, who's always been like a sports guy and like organizing, like my dad's players would always be at our house, like watching football on the weekends and shit. Like Tyler and I were always so good at orchestrating the event, you know, and apparently my grandfather, who I'm just like, he used to own like a bunch of shit in the town of Millbrook and used to own the liquor store, which is the Chinese restaurant in Millbrook, if you know any part of Millbrook at all.
Not really, yeah.
My grandfather was a dude, and then my mom and her 6 siblings are absolute retards, and like they fucked up all my grandfather's money. But apparently I'm like a carbon copy of him. And he used to host all of the like parties in town when he was, you know, in his heyday. They'd always want Eddie Majok to be the host and like the master of ceremony and like get everybody comfortable. And like ever since I started coaching, especially when I went to Tucson and started coaching younger kids, like 9, 8, 10, 11, 12, you really got to be good. Thank you, Chief Man, for a little background noise.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You really got to be good at getting everyone's attention, which is why the other night was so bananas. And I appreciate you not bringing it up yet, but I'm bringing it up.
Sure.
What the fuck?
We'll
dude?
close on this. What happened?
You were there when I had to tell that woman.
Oh
to shut the fuck up.
And she was like kind of in the front row, you know.
She was close enough that she was heard, and I just. You can answer my questions while we're on the pod. And we have people who chime in and comment.
Comment, and like and subscribe.
And you've been at comedy shows and you host comedy shows. You're a comic. how often do people show up and have conversations amongst themselves for an entire set without being told to shut the fuck up?
Dude, without being told to shut the fuck up, not often, but
Because
those people show up often. Yeah.
But like, what do you do? What do you do? Exactly what I did?
Well, we had this happen at a Don't Tell. I snaked through the back of the crowd and I found this guy and I tapped him on the shoulder. I was like, "Hey, we need you to keep it down," you know. And he's just like, "What? What's he saying?" And his girlfriend's like, "He's telling us to keep it down." And then the guy in front of us was like, "Thank you." It was like one of those things. And I went to the back of the room immediately behind them and kind of chilled for a little bit just to wait to see him fuck up. And then I was gonna ask him to leave, but then they just got up and left as a group. There was 8 of them, and they got up and left in the middle of the show. Pretty disrespectful,
so
but
gay.
Yeah.
You're such a tool. Like, why did you buy tickets?
Yeah, I mean, they didn't get refunds.
No. But that was the crazy thing about our shit, where I was like, "Yo, make some noise if you made a reservation. Like, if you wanted to be here." She was like, "Woo!" And I'm like, "You."
Yeah.
You chose to come to this.
I feel like a lot of
people.
Yeah, a lot of people just don't know what a comedy show is supposed to be. Like, the audience can interact. I mean, the whole thing is a conversation between the comedian and the crowd.
Yeah.
But they don't understand. The conversation is their laughter. It's not their facial expression, not them talking to us, having another conversation, and then this isn't But I gotta imagine that person acts that way in the movies. Right?
For sure. I mean, she also was so drunk.
Yeah, that too. They don't realize how loud they are.
Yes, and they kept serving her. And I'm like, yo. See, I don't drink, and I never really got into drinking. I like weed and other things. So, I know that I'm extra sensitive to people being drunk because I don't drink. But, I had to hit up Kay and be like, yo, tell me she was blackout, right? And he was like, or Kay was like, yo, we checked the tapes. She got overpoured by our bartender. I had to talk to him. I'm like, yo, what are we doing? And the worst part is because Julian's is so tight, I couldn't get back behind her to do exactly what you did. But man, I call you the comedy mayor of Hudson Valley for a reason. What you just said is such a nail on the head. Where it's a conversation between the comic and the audience, but their back and forth is laughing and smiling and a sigh of a laugh, you know what I mean? That kind of release of energy. Everybody needs to shut the fuck up. And the craziest thing is it was my intuition was telling me it was going to happen because I talked about it in my opening set. And I don't usually do that. I was like, hey, just to let you know, I will tell you to shut the fuck up. I will. And then I did it playfully for your set, after your set.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, you know how they have the lunk alarm at fucking Planet Fitness? I wish we could have a shut the fuck up alarm because I'd put it over there at that table. Ha 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 ha. They laughed about it. I tried to make it light. And then John, and this is the craziest thing. John came up, did 10 minutes. The bitch talked through the whole 10 minutes. And I got mad at her. And now John is taking her side.
Oh, yeah.
And is saying, I'm an asshole. And reached out to Kay and was like, yo, Corey's a dick. People are mad at him. That's why you guys didn't have that many people at the show last weekend. And I just respond to Kay. I go, Kay, he must not think his comedy is that great if he's mad at the guy trying to protect his set. That's all I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Is protect your comic art.
Yeah.
Shut up and let this man do what he does.
Can I throw a third angle into this?
Please.
So, I think, though the talking is distracting, I've gotten to this point now where, I don't even notice it. You know what I mean? So,
I get that. And you did. You did.
So,
you plowed right through it.
But, for the comedians that are there at that time, honestly, it's more of a problem for the crowd than it is for the comic, or at least it should be, right?
Yeah.
Because the comic should be able to move through that.
Yes.
And that's a great thing for someone like Gabrielle to learn. Gabrielle is, she's probably 6 months in or something like that.
Yeah.
Phenomenal writer. She's working on her stage performance.
Yeah.
Learning how to overcome someone not paying attention
yes.
is so a comic should see a situation like that and maybe not like wilt in that situation. You know what I mean? Like they should, obviously it's not ideal, right?
sure,
You want a beautiful crowd,
Yeah.
but you also should see that and be like, all right, I'm gonna learn a new skill today.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Luckily for Gabrielle, the lady didn't shut the fuck up, so she got the practice.
Yeah. And you know what? I would hope Gabrielle like went back to the drawing boards. I got to figure out some pop words or something like that.
Yeah. She got on stage. She goes, "I'm just up here to stop a fight from happening."
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, you are.
Yeah.
But
Sick.
yeah, man.
So Julian's mic, it's Julian's show, sorry. It's every other Friday.
Pretty much. We do 2
Okay.
Fridays a month. Sometimes it's every other. Like this one is not coming the 6th. We're actually doing the 13th, which is a 2-week break. So, but we're doing 13th, 27th. We're gonna do 2 dates in March and eventually try to get it to 3 dates a month to 4 dates a month. I mean, you guys keep coming and people continue to make reservations despite what other people think. So,
Hell yeah.
You can't beat it, man.
Yeah, dude, it's a fucking great thing. We'll close on this, dude. I respect the hell out of how you approach things. Like,
Thank you.
just hearing your story out of this, and I'll probably do this. I'll cut this part out and put it in the beginning.
Cool.
And then we'll go back to doing your story. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I love that. It's a great idea.
I'll feel it out flow wise. But
Give
like,
people a teaser.
I love your story, and just like literally everything that you said. Like there was it seemingly a lot of bad stuff happened at the same time.
Jesus Christ.
Your response was just like, all right, my path is to move through this. My path is to move through this. And like, dude, that is, I think we need more of that in the world,
Thank
dude.
you.
That's like, that was really cool to hear today for me.
Thank you.
Because I've had some shit going on at home, and just like, yeah, man, that's fucking great for me to hear.
Can I
today.
tell you my acronym that the Great American Speak Off made me create just so they could piss in my face?
Sure.
It's called the alternative method. It can't be alternative medicine because I'm a coach and a doctor, but ALT, it stands for accept, laugh, trust. Accept what is, you can't change the past, laugh about it, try to see the bright side, and trust that the universe has a plan.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, man.
Alternative method.
Fucking
Corey
me
McEnroe, thank you for coming on,
the
dude.
mayor of Hudson Valley Comedy.
No.
The mayor.